Hey guys, Sheepard here again with another video from Tera Online. Today I'm going to be showing you a behind the scenes look at what one can do once they have been voted in as Vanarch. As you all know, if you played in the last 2 days, the voting stage was recently closed and the votes were counted, and now we have crowned our first Vanarchs. So, onto this video. There are many questions about what a Vanarch can do once voted into power, due to the fact that a very small percentage of the game's player base can run for Vanarch, seeing as you have to be guild leader. So in this video, I made it my aim to be able to show you every aspect of what a Vanarch can do, down to the smallest detail. I will show you everything from what taxes you can change in your region, right down to the Vanarch announcement that lets you announce to your zone. Just before we get started, I'd like to give a huge shout out to Uncommon. He's the guild leader of the dedicated few on EU Velic, as he was nice enough to fraps and send me footage so I could create this video. So thanks again, man. Right, let's get started. The first thing I want to cover is pretty much the first thing that a Vanarch would see once logging into the game after being put into power. On entry, their character would learn a new spell. As you can see here on screen, they would learn the ability to summon Honor Steed. Now this is a 290% mount, which is the fastest mount currently in game, and it's 10% faster than the Collector's Lion. Now this spell is going to be learnt by everyone in the Vanarch's guild, and you're going to be able to use it for the full 3 weeks until the next Vanarch elections, at which point the spell will get removed from your spellbook and the mount is going to disappear. Just a quick shout out to Mimro for sending me this screenshot of the tooltip, so thanks again. Now let's move on to the even cooler stuff. It's time for the Vanarch to live up to the promises that he or she made when she signed up to become Vanarch. As you know, they have the power to change a lot of things in the zone, from how much the flight path costs to what NPCs are present. So how do they do this? As you can see here, the Vanarch has to head to the guild board in their region. Now Uncommon, he got voted into Vanarch for Island of Dawn. So as you can see here, we're in Island of Dawn. Once they get there, they will notice that there's a new NPC on the left side of the guild board called Aid. And this is pretty much where everything takes place. So, once talking to the Aid, the Vanarch's power is split up into 2 sections, policy and taxes. So firstly, we're going to start with policy. Upon choosing this option, the Vanarch will then have this user interface element pop up on screen, which is split up into 2 sections. The first section, Vanarch announcement, is pretty much where they type their thank yous to the people that voted for them, and this can be seen by anyone on the server by clicking their minimap Vanarch icon and selecting the region. Now the second section is where the Vanarch chooses which NPCs they want to turn on in their region. As you can see on screen, Uncommon turned on the Clerico Restoration, and then he upgraded it to the Noble Cleric. Now this is really cool, as it gives you a buff every time you replenish your stamina from this NPC. And this buff increases your out of combat movement speed by 20 for 3 minutes. Now, as you probably noticed on this UI element, there is a cost for turning on these NPCs. This currency is called VP, which stands for Vanarch points. Now, the Vanarch, along with his guild, need to do certain quests to gain points, and these quests can be found at the NPC to the right of the guild board. When you speak to her, it comes up with a list of the quests, and they're pretty much the same as the guild quests, except instead of getting Carfanarch awards, which you use to level up the guild, they are now giving you Vanarch points, and the rewards range from 100 to 1000 depending on the quest. So, in short, if the Vanarch wants to turn on all the vendors in their region, they have to get busy doing the quests with their guild to gain VP. Here is a list of the NPCs they can turn on along with the cost in VP. Now, you're probably sitting there asking, what does the Vanarch / guild get out of doing all this stuff and spending time? And my reply to that would be a lot of money. If we head back to the Aid and click on taxes, the second option, you can see that the Vanarch has the power to raise or lower taxes within their region for specific NPCs. The default for these is 5%, and you can lower it to a minimum of 1% or raise it to a maximum of 15% in increments of 0.1. Now remember that the Vanarch receives all of the money which is raised through these taxes, so potentially they can get really rich. The Vanarch can change the following taxes: general goods sales, crystal sales, specialty store sales, flight, skill training, and finally teleport tax. As you can see, Uncommon is a nice Vanarch, and he was nice enough to put everything really low. However, he could pretty much just open the specialty store by doing the guild quests, and then he could put the specialty store tax all the way up to 15%. And with everyone buying the new dust to try and enchant their gear to +9, he can make a ridiculous amount of money. So up next, we have something that's really cool, which allows some aesthetic customization to the zone. As you can see here, whenever a player enters the zone, they will see the Vanarch guild logo appear in the middle of the screen along with the guild name. And this is just a cool little thing which just shows who is running the zone that you just entered. The final thing that Vanarch can do allows him to communicate with everyone in his region. So by typing /O or by clicking down here on the chat channels, the Vanarch can now type and deliver a message to everyone in the zone, pretty much like a GM would. And this message will pop up in the middle of the screen in a gold font, displaying Vanarch's message for everyone to see. So guys, I really like this whole political system and the kind of sense of trust that it brings to the game and to the server. It really makes you feel like you need to get to know the players on your server, unlike other MMOs where you pretty much just avoid them and use the LFG all the time. The other great thing is that the system has the potential to cause a lot of drama. Luckily, most of the Vanarchs on my server, EU Velic, have pretty much held up to their promises of a low tax for the NPCs. However, there is always the possibility of someone getting voted into power saying that they would put 1% tax, but then puts 15% on all sales. And to be honest, I really can't wait for this to happen. I really want to know what you guys think about this system. Do you like it? Do you hate it? What would you change? Let me know in the comments below. Also, if you have a Vanarch on your server who has done the wrong thing, well, not the wrong thing, but has decided to put their taxes up to a high percentage, then please let me know. I want to know what impact it's made on your server and how everyone is dealing with it / how they feel about it. So guys, thanks a lot for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it or learned something. Please take the time to slap that thumbs up button if you like this video, and make sure you check out my channel, as I have a 100% Tera only channel, and I have a lot of videos which pretty much cover everything that Tera has to offer. Make sure you click that subscribe button if you don't want to miss future videos. Thanks a lot guys, and I'll see you soon.